Hello, and welcome to our fourth and final segment of GP Strategy Performance Consulting Teams series on optimizing learning in the manufacturing environment. Today, we are completing our conversation with our esteemed colleagues, Deborah Boyle and Tina Mullen. Their work supporting manufacturing clients includes efforts to identify common skill sets across manufacturing roles and to optimize learning for employees. Deborah, as you remember, has over 30 years of experience in manufacturing and has been working in the role of performance analyst for our client for the past 6 years. Tina has been a performance analyst for the client for the past 2 years and has served as a performance consultant for clients in a broad range of industries, including manufacturing, across her 35-year career. I'm Rocky Ellens, your host and moderator through this series. Let me give you a brief overview of the past sessions we discussed on optimizing learning in the manufacturing environment. In session 1, we discussed the number of converging events that caused our clients to take a hard look at their approach to learning for their manufacturing employees and find commonalities across various roles within the business. In session 2, we heard about the learning model and a competency matrix approach that Deborah and Tina employed that allowed the client to optimize learning for their employees. In session 3, we took a peek behind the curtain to get a closer look at the critical competency matrix tool components that helped optimize the process and deliver benefits to the organization. And today, we're going to learn a bit more about how all this information can be leveraged for the client, and we'll also get a glimpse of the plans for enhancing their competency matrix tool going forward. Deborah and Tina, it is so good to be back together. I'm looking forward to this part of the conversation. So welcome back.
Thanks, Rocky.
Thanks, Rocky. It's really hard to believe that we're already on this final segment.
I know, and I'm really excited to learn about what you ladies have in store for us today. Tina, would you like to start us off?
I think we can do that. So, as you just explained over these past sessions, we've shared the optimization process with you and how a matrix of manufacturing competencies grew out of those efforts. Today, we want to take some time to describe how we think learning and employee development can be enhanced by utilizing the data that we're gathering. Now, Deborah is really the driving force behind this work, so I'm just going to sit back for a while and let her take you through the conversation.
Was that a handoff or a punt?
Oh, maybe it was optimized to be a bit of both.
All right, I see what you did there. Now, let's see where to start. From our last session, you're familiar with how we selected the competencies for a job role, and then how we defined the performance and how it looked for each stage within the job role's career progression. After that, we mapped our courses to determine how well the course achieves the competency for the role. Sounds pretty easy.
Yes, and I remember this step, which allows you to determine if any particular course needs to be updated or if new course content needs to be developed. It also helps you to weed out any duplicative or unnecessary courses for a particular role.
That's awesome, Rocky. What a summary. It's also allowed us to begin identifying some topics and content for more standard enterprise level curricula. Now, as we've been completing this process for multiple job roles, we've started looking at the combined data to see what else we could learn. I should mention that everything that we have done with this tool so far has been using and tracking data within Excel spreadsheets. This has put some limiting factors on us, and we have to continue to refine and update this tool as we go. So, as additional and expanded benefits surfaced, we realized that we would need to convert this data that we have into a different platform, making it more user-friendly, and to further utilize that data we're gathering to allow us to do a better job on reporting our findings and our results. We gained permission to present our tool to the client's enterprise data analytics team. After explaining our work and the need to the team, they did agree to provide resources needed to create our tool in a new platform.
Wow, that's huge to get the enterprise data analytics team online.
Oh, it was, Rocky, and I'll wager that you are just a bit curious as to what our expanded and new tool benefits may be.
You don't know the half of it. I'm intrigued, and I have been looking forward to this since our last conversation.
Well, in any case, we did make an argument for why this tool would be needed. So let me share with you some of the cards in our hand. The first few are expansions of how we currently use the tool, and it will help identify potential enterprise courses, just as we spoke of earlier. And you are aware of how we identified those courses that could help attain proficiency within a competency, and that we strive to identify those courses to similar jobs across similar job roles. Currently, the tool is not able to link directly to our client's learning management system, so it's all a manual process. Our new platform will have this ability to link to that LMS, so identifying courses that are redundant can be streamlined. In the same manner, this link will assist in identifying the course owners so that we can easily engage them in a conversation to better understand why a particular group or maybe a location has to have a unique course. I know you can appreciate that having the understanding will allow us to better address concerns while we increase the ownership stake within a single course. Now, along this same line, you might be surprised to hear that we have found a number of competencies that do not have any courses mapped to them. This link will help us to find those potential courses and to map them to the competencies. We view this as simply part of our due diligence prior to recommending that the learning development team needs to be brought in.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. This integration that you're talking about should save lots of time, resources, and budget, I'm sure.
Yeah, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Well, it does, and it will, but I've not shared with you any of the real benefits. And these are the ones that they're very highly anticipated by our client. They recognize the value of the work in the terms of employee satisfaction, performance, career growth, and reduced turnover.
Yeah, and Deborah, if I may, in terms of reducing turnover, let's not forget where we started this journey. Back in session 1, remember we were looking for ways to fill positions because of forecasted waves of people retiring, as well as the challenge we were having with a reduced candidate pool.
Exactly, Tina. Now, the first ace in our hand, taking the information we have and relating the competency selections and course mapping to the job role families. That accomplishes a few key items. First, it reduces our analysis time because many of the selected competencies carry over between the jobs. Second, it reinforces our abilities and the applicable courses that are enterprise courses. Third, it provides opportunities for combined deliveries of common courses, which now reduces that demand on the training delivery group and our classroom resources. There's also the side benefit to this cross-job delivery. It gives a larger group perspective and provides the opportunity for all of our new-to-role employees to get to know others outside of their own assigned work teams or areas.
Yeah, it's hard to put a value on that, but boy, oh boy, what a benefit. for new folks to feel like they're at home. Isn't that right?
Yes, I agree, Rocky. Sometimes it's the hardest thing when you're brand new to a company and you know nobody. And by having that cross section can definitely help that new to role employee to feel a little more secure in what's going on. They have somebody to lean on. Now, let's talk about our manual spreadsheets. Okay, so currently it allows us to segment and display learning by career progression. This is a very time-consuming effort on our part. And let's face it, in today's world, leaders want that big picture a lot sooner. The new platform is going to help us to do this in just a few clicks, displaying a picture for the leadership, but most importantly, displaying it for other teams working on building new learning paths. The time to build these paths are going to become minimal compared to today. Developing the enterprise approach to the learning, yet allowing that vision of individualized career progression. Painting a picture for the employees so that they are able to envision themselves either growing in a particular role, or maybe they identify other roles where they can employ or leverage some of their current or acquired competency sets. Ultimately, providing information for a conversation with their managers to identify where they want to go and easily see what they need in order to get there in terms of their learning. Now, being in manufacturing environment, this includes being able to easily see those qualifications and those requirements associated with these roles.
Yeah, I really love that. It's a tool that helps the enterprise and the individual. So it's bi-directional, right? What a vision for this tool. Realization of that vision will be incredible, and it will allow the company to really live up to their hire to retire aspirations for employee engagement, I think.
Oh, yes. Well, but let me tell you something, Rocky. Let me add what we really see as the real win.
But there's more?
Yes. It's to use the information provided by the tool for other types of employee conversations, like those on how do I improve? Or what's the possibility of advancement? What do I need to upskill myself to advance to maybe a different career path? We envision the ability to be able to drill to the competencies of job roles. And then the manager and employee can get together and determine the current state and their desired future for their performance. Then they can view the learning opportunities that will help them bridge those gaps, and they can craft a plan.
Yeah, I'm just amazed. This tool is combining performance improvement with upskilling. That is so valuable to the individual employee and to the company. What a terrific benefit. Why did you hold it till last?
Let me add to that. We held it to last because this has just been a very recent occurrence of being able to get the analytics team on board. And we are currently working with that team to make these visions come true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Rocky, we're just so excited about the possibilities of this tool. There's such tremendous value to what we've been doing, and our clients' leadership is really embracing these possibilities and looking forward to leveraging them. You know, we're right on the cusp, right, of bringing this future state and the value that we've been talking about over these sessions to the real forefront for our client. You know, and gosh, Rocky, that's all we've got.
That's it, huh?
We'd love to come back and show and talk about how everything turned out someday, but that might take a little while. As we've talked, we're just now engaging this piece.
Well, I am really, really excited about what you guys have shared. What a great job. And I know it's been probably in some cases a labor of love. But ladies, this is truly an amazing project that could have a profound impact on the enterprise. And you've brought it to life for the client. for their organization, for their employees. Thanks so much for sharing your work and vision for optimizing learning in the manufacturing environment. And I'd like to give a shout out of thanks to the audience who have joined us in this series. We hope that you found it interesting, and more importantly, that you not only can envision the possibilities that it opens up, but you can utilize some of the elements that have been identified and that you see an opportunity to apply at your organization. If you would like more information, please contact us here at GP Strategies and reference the Optimizing Learning in the Manufacturing Environment podcast. It would be a pleasure learning along with you. Thanks again, and a special thanks to Deborah and Tina. We hope to connect again with you sometime in the future. Good day for now. Be safe.
You bet. Thanks everybody. Thanks, Rocky.
Take care, all.